When I graduated from high school in 1994, my dream, Top Gun, the real original Top Gun, had first come out around in the 90s. And I wanted to become a fighter pilot. I wanted to go into the Air Force at the Air Force Academy. And then I wanted to go on and be an astronaut for NASA. I was very passionate about those things. But when I toured the Air Force Academy my junior year of high school as a potential place to go to college, I was immediately told women are not allowed to fly jets and be fighter pilots. So if I were to enter the Air Force, my limitations would be in the office and grounded and in support ways. But at that time, women were not allowed to be fighter pilots, which was what I believed to be the career path to ultimately becoming an astronaut. And so I changed my whole direction of life and went somewhere else because I knew if I couldn't become a pilot and fly, then it wasn't really the reason I would go into the Air Force. And don't you know, it was only maybe a year or two later that they changed that law and we saw the first woman become a fighter pilot and break through that glass ceiling for women. But there still are not that many women in those roles. And so again, as we get involved in AI, we can begin to help shape what the future looks like for women and let our daughters and our nieces and the people we care about, the sisters, the little sisters coming behind us, have an opportunity that we didn't have. Number two reason why AI is the great equalizer for women. It can automate the quote invisible work that we often get stuck doing as women in the workplace. It's also been called the housework, the workplace housework. And these are things like, you're in a group, you're in your office, and you get looked at and asked to take notes in the meeting, or you're asked to do the scheduling of the next meeting. Hey, Holly, can you set up the next meeting? Or go do the research, or can you create and send out the project plans? So there's a lot of extra tedious and visible work that all of us have to do, male and female. But then sometimes, as women, we might get stuck with it a little bit extra. Research shows that we do a lot more of it. But this tedious work, this invisible work, this work that also we just have to do to keep a business running, we just have to do to manage our operations of our job every day in our email inbox. AI can greatly help you automate lots of these things. I know at my job, my day job at the Department of Agriculture, a small group of us are being allowed to work with Microsoft Copilot. And Microsoft Copilot has a really interesting feature where you can go to it and ask it to look at all of your emails and your calendar for the past week and say, hey, Copilot, can you review everything I did this week, everything on my meeting in my calendars and my meetings on my calendar, and write me a summary accomplishment report to send to my boss or to send out as a newsletter, or it can do it over like a month or 3 months. And Microsoft Copilot can just look at everything and synthesize it and write a performance report for you. So those of you that have to do that in your job, where you have to just say, what did you do this week? What did you do this month? What's going on with your team? These are easy ways that you don't have to sit there and spend 30 minutes, 45 minutes digging back through old emails. Now AI can simply look it over and write a draft accomplishment report. Is it perfect? No. Does it replace you as a human? No, but it's a first step of not having to sit and dig through emails over and over for hours and write it all up. So this is just a very, very, very small example of how, number two, AI can help you automate the invisible work that you're often stuck doing in your job. All right, number three, AI can also help you as a woman leapfrog the competition. So early adopters gain credibility, they gain visibility, and they have opportunities faster than those who wait to get involved in the AI game. So a lot of my social media these past weeks have been talking about jump in the water. The train has left the building, but you can still get on with us. You can sit with us on the train here at Ladies Level Up. Just dip your toe in, but get in the game. Get into the conversation. Women, we on some level have to also look and take responsibility for the world we currently live in and the world we're going for. We can't just blame everybody outside of us on where we're at. If we're not participating in AI and helping shape the future and learning to be competitive and to create opportunities for ourselves, then on some level, we only have ourselves to blame in what the next 5 years look like. This is me being the voice in the wilderness saying, heed the warnings, see the opportunity, get involved today and leapfrog the competition. Set yourself apart. Stick with me, stick with Ladies Level Up. Go on this journey with us in the coaching community and let us show you how you can become one of the early adopters. It's not too late. I know there's a lot of noise out there about AI and it feels like it's moving so fast and everyone else understands it and you're just behind and you're overwhelmed. I know I deal with that as well every day, but it really is not too late. The fact is that there's still only 1 to 5% adoption of AI in normal corporate workplaces where we all work, and the government and teaching in the education system. It seems like it's moving and everyone's on board, but they're really not. If you start today, you still will be an early adopter, and you still have a very, very good chance of leapfrogging the competition by defining your skills, updating your resume, marketing yourself as someone who is familiar, if not later an expert on AI, or even using it to finally get that business idea out of your head and execute it in between the margins of your life. Number four reason why AI is going to be the greatest equalizer for women. And that is AI is giving you the ability to access a mentor in your pocket. What do I mean by that? Well, as you get more comfortable with AI, you can simply call upon the tool to help you with price negotiations, or draft resumes, or refine a pitch, or get feedback on an idea or strategy you have, or even plan out what to cook tonight. It becomes the mentor in your pocket who will interact with you without any judgment. It is something you can use and lean on and help refine the creativity that's already living inside of you as a woman.